How's it going, YouTube? Oh, I am Eddie Morales. Most of my videos I've been doing it for the Hispanics out here new to the trucking industry. I think it's time for me to do some videos in English for you guys. I've been seeing a lot of videos of new drivers have a little bit of bad information out there. Unfortunately, it's too many drivers that are doing it, and have a lot of, I would imagine they're all new drivers who are following them and giving them some good comments and telling them to keep on trucking. But you know, it's not that easy out here, so I would like to you know, talk a little bit about me and get everything covered as far as what I used to do, how I started off in trucking. Okay, I was, it's going to be more of a introduction as part of who I am, and, you know, and hopefully we can make a relationship and become friends on YouTube and have you guys getting some good information out here. So I started off driving when I was 17 years old. I was doing farming. So Minnesota, it's all farming out there. I got pretty good money. It's hard compared to nowadays listening to all these new drivers doing some lease purchases and stuff like that. Oh man, I just recommend for you guys, go on and drive for a good company. I know most of the new drivers are going CRE and Glenn, Prime, all these big corporations, thinking that they're all the best companies out here. My advice to you guys, go with a small company. I started with a small farmer. Best paying job I ever had as a driver. Every check was over $1,000 after taxes, $1,500, so on. So yeah, go with a small company, and there's no need for you guys to be with these big corporations who all they want is money for themselves. Lease purchases, not the best idea, so please think about that before you get into a lease and regret it, like many out here been listening to on their YouTube pages, where they're actually complaining about their lease purchase. So enough of that. I'm gonna give you an introduction. Been driving since 17 years old, farming. I was doing local jobs in Minnesota. Did some construction. I've done belly dumps, end dumps. I've done flatbed, dry van, reefer, pretty much all major equipment out there. Pretty much every single transmission I've driven, except for the really old ones. I've done some double stick trannies, but yeah, I've also been on the other side as far as the opposite as trucking. I was a DOT inspector in the state of Kansas. So I did that for a few years, law enforcement officer and DOT inspector. So I have knowledge on both sides of law enforcement. My advice to you guys is, when you get stopped, just don't be rude to them. Just give them whatever paperwork they request. That is the law. So there's no need to fight with them on why they need to see your documents, stuff like that, because you're pretty much screwed if you start arguing with them. They do have all control over your truck. If you get stopped by a DOT inspector, they do not need any warrant. They can just get into your truck and start looking all over your truck. Whatever they want to look at, they can. There's no personal space inside your semi. So I know there's a lot of confusion out there as far as when DOT inspections come. as far as what they can or can't do, but they can pretty much do whatever they want. It's an inspection, and they can use the excuse as we're trying to find some illegal documents in here, or some documents that would help them out on their investigation. Whatever excuse they want to use, they can use it. So I'm just telling you this because I know about the law out there. So actually, while I was still a DOT inspector and law enforcement, I still had my trucking company. That's why I got out of law enforcement. Besides the politics, I hate politics. So politics was one reason, and the other reason was that I needed to come out here and actually pay more attention to my business. So that's why I'm out here now, still doing this. Real good knowledge on the trucking part. Been in trucking for a long time. I've done over the road. I've also done local jobs. So and most of my trucking experience has been owner-operator. So I am my own carrier. I do my own dispatching. I do offer dispatching to other truck drivers. So I do have really good knowledge on rates out here and how you can prosper in all this trucking business. So I would say not to believe everything you hear on YouTube. A lot of these guys making these videos nowadays are all new drivers. And they do come out on YouTube and they act like they're big time truck drivers, but once you hear them and you have experience in trucking, you know right away they're new drivers. And unfortunately, there's a lot of new drivers out there that believe them. So I do have the mentality of old timers. In Minnesota, that's all. My friends were all old timers. I was trained by old timers. I didn't go to any trucking school, so my mentality is all old time trucking out here. So and I think that's what needs to be out here on the road more often. Old timers talking on the radio. That's the best thing you can. The best advices you can actually get are from old timers. So if you're in a truck stop eating some food and you see some old timer out there, ask them whatever you want to ask them. Most of the time they'll give you really good advices. So like I said, that's all the people I used to hang out with in my beginning of my career as trucking. So and that's why I've been in business since so long. I'm still owning my truck. I have 4 trucks now, and I don't plan on getting too big. I hate corporations, big time corporations. So I just plan on living good and keep on trucking. Well, I guess I won't talk too much. We'll just go step by step and get some good information out there. So I'll just wait for your comments, and hopefully we can keep on posting some videos for you guys. Okay, keep safe.